You know, in this world, there's some things that it's good when you get them named after you. When you get a street, when you get a building, when you get, I don't even know. There's some good things that when it's named after you, that's great. Then there are other things that you can get named for that are bad. Sometimes bad things happen, and you thought of that, and oh, hey, here's the memorial wastebasket. You don't want to get named after a garbage can or something like that. And in this town, well, there's a lot of things I think we would name after Art Modell. Sometimes you walk down this, he's dead, Ryan. I can't do that to him. Sometimes my neighbors don't pick up after their dog. Okay, fine. He's passed away. I'm not throwing dirt on that grave or dog food. But anyway, Art Modell, that name in this town makes a lot of people cringe. He's one of those names, the second you hear of it, you know who he is, what he does this out, all that kind of stuff. So when I hear Councilman Brian Casey up there pitching the Art Modell rule, you know that's probably not a good rule. That's one of those things you don't want to be named after. He's got an idea. I don't think that there is any way in any chance that anything he said is going to get passed, but we'll bring up the rule. We'll talk tax dollars for the stadium. I've got draft needs for the Cleveland Browns. Chad Ryder, NFL.com. The 5 positions he believes the Browns need to get after in the draft. Guardians, tough outing for McKenzie last night. Cavs, we got our boost for tonight. Ryan likes it.
Oh, I love it.
I like when you like the boost. We'll get to that coming up. We got timeout. We got the morning update, the grid, our bracket of the week. It's a 2 for Tuesday right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. Happy to have you alongside. A lot to get to. Our bracket is up and rolling for the finals for the best bar in Cleveland. I voted Clevelander. I love the other ones I do. Of the ones that I go to the most, and not that I go to bars all that often, Clevelander got my vote. So it's at Matt Fontana's show. Drop us a follow there. Scorchers, Mulligans, Fatheads, and the Clevelander are the finals for the best bar in Cleveland, so we'll get to that coming up as well. We'll dive into some Cavs. Are back in action tonight. Ryan didn't like when I said take the spread tonight, but I said the Cavs have no choice but to blow out the Jazz tonight. If they don't, if this is even a close game tonight, we're in a lot of trouble. So we get some Cavs coming up. Guardians, tough game last night. Excuse me. McKenzie just didn't have it. Okay, first start, he's been out. We'll talk some guards coming up as well because I have World Series tiers. Not these tiers. But, like, where do you think the Guardians would be at? I'll give you a hint. Their time is not now. Tier 1 is their time is now. Dodgers, Braves. Yeah, they're really good. So I'll get to that coming up. Browns this morning, though. So yesterday, Cleveland City Councilman Brian Casey had, at the council meeting, announced his plans to introduce legislation, which he has dubbed the Art Modell rule, to allow the law director to fully enforce restrictions on the owners of professional sports teams that play in taxpayer-supported facilities and receive financial assistance from the state or city that they cannot move. I'm gonna parse through this. I know Cody sent the tweet. For a good chunk of the video, you couldn't even hear him. So we got the clips later. Here's basically what it is. Outside of the legal mumbo-jumbo, here's what it is. If you play in a facility that gets any sort of tax break or money from the city, you cannot move that team without a 6-month notice and the right within that 6 months to put the team up for sale and have somebody else in the city buy the team. That's pretty much it. So I want to play it this way. If the Browns announce we're going to Brook Park under this new rule, which I will start by saying, no offense to Councilman Casey, it ain't happening. But under this rule, it would be the Haslam's announced they want to go to Brook Park. They have to submit that to the city of Cleveland with a 6-month notice. Within that 6 months, Ryan and I come up with $2 billion.
Start a GoFundMe.
They have to sell the team to us. There is no choice of that. That ain't happening. There's no way that's happening. The NFL would never let that happen. Okay? Gives the political subdivision which in the facility is located not less than 6 months advance notice of the owner's intention to cease playing most of its home games at the facility. And here's the important part. During the 6 months after such notice, gives the political subdivision, City of Cleveland, or any individual or group of individuals who reside in the area of opportunity to purchase the team. You got somebody that's got, how much, I should have looked this up prior. What are the Cleveland Browns valuation right now? What do you think they're worth?
4 or something?
$4.5 billion. Who has that money?
Maybe if when Travis retires, him and Taylor get married, they move to Cleveland, live happily ever after, and buy the Browns.
That's just the value, Ryan. They would pay more. Travis and Taylor Swift have to pay 5 too. It's just what it's worth.
Taylor's got that bag. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. That's not happening.
Who's richer, Jimmy Haslam or obviously it's got to be Taylor Swift, right?
No, it's Jimmy Haslam.
You think?
Yes. Taylor Swift.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh, you are tripping. Big, yeah. Net worth. Okay.
I mean, her damn cat is worth
I'm just saying,
million,
and I am not sniffing at this, okay? She's worth $1.1 billion.
Damn.
Jimmy's
really got that bag.
$8 billion. You want? Okay. Do not clip this and send this to anybody but everybody that's watching. I'm not saying that Jimmy's not rich. He's rich. $8 billion. Bro, look how much Dan Gilbert's worth. You know how much Dan Gilbert's worth?
No.
Dan Gilbert's worth $29 billion.
Damn.
So it's like, I can say this because I'll never enter that realm. Like, Jimmy is rich. He's not rich. You know, like, there are other owners in, like, look at, not even Tepper. Who's the crazy guy that danced? Oh, Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
How much is he worth?
So what's Elon's bag looking like?
Steve Ballmer.
Does Elon have more? Elon's got to have more money than that.
Steve Ballmer is worth $125 billion.
Steve Ballmer's Microsoft, right?
Yeah. Elon Musk's net worth $195 billion.
Damn.
$195.3 billion for Elon.
What do you even do with all that money?
Buy the NFL. He could buy every single NFL team.
Can you imagine the Elon-run league? Maybe in Mars. Or we'll get our first football franchise in Mars.
Welcome back to the Elon League, brought to you by Tesla. Just a bunch of trucks. What if they created Elon should do this. Create football, but do it like Rocket League with the Cybertrucks.
That would be
I'd watch that. Get Joe Rogan out there throwing arrows at it.
I don't got that much money, but I'd invest.
Come on
I'd
now.
have to invest in that. That would be so
sweet. A live-action Rocket League with Cybertrucks from Elon.
That would be so sick.
I'm just saying. All right, final one. Jeff Bezos, $198.4 billion.
Yeah, but his wife took that bag from him.
I think that might actually be after.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. His net worth as of last month, March 2nd, 2024, $199 billion. That's after his wife.
That prenup was crazy.
And by the way, shout out to her. She donated a bunch of money to Cleveland. She did. Hey, call them. Yeah, call them. I'm just kidding when I say, who needs it for the schools and art programs? I mean, come on. I'm just kidding. She donated a lot of money to the city of Cleveland. All right, we got into net worths because we were talking about it, and we're going to post our 2 for Tuesday. Do you have a problem using tax dollars to pay for for a state? And here's the thing. People are going to get so pissed.
But it's not like they have a choice.
Because they're going to complain about, I'll spend money if I get a dome. No, you don't do that. That's not how this works. You either get to, are you okay with tax dollars going towards the Brown Stadium? And maybe you put that in there, Ryan, of the question of wherever that stadium is or if it's the renovation. Because I know people are going to say, I would give tax dollars, but only if it meant I got a dome or only if it meant I got a new stadium. You have no control over that. I just want to get a little gauge of the people. Are you okay with these tax dollars? And I'd be the first to tell you I'm not all up on how everything works on the political science side of things and all that. Could this not go to a vote? I'm being dead serious on this. Could not the city of Cleveland, during I know there's an important election that's much more important than this coming up, but could they not call a special election and say, if you want to come vote on this, do it? And they ask Cleveland residents and even the cities, Cuyahoga County, do it all. They could break it up. City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County. The question is, do you want a tax levy, and call it that, to go towards the stadium. Have us vote on it. Is that not the point of a democracy? Can we not vote on this? And we're going to do a little impromptu voting today. Much like the regular votes, a lot of people might not show up for us, but that's okay. I just said, as long as you voted, you're allowed to complain. If you didn't vote, shut up. You have a problem with, and trust me, there's problems on both sides. I consider myself a real independent. But if you didn't vote, don't say anything. So this is the same thing. If you don't care, not a problem, but don't complain about it. You can complain about it if you cast your vote on this and you're on one side or the other. Do you have a problem with tax dollars going towards the Browns facility, wherever it might be and in whatever version it might be? There's the idea out there that $8 billion, Jimmy Haslam's net worth, you can fund that. You're a billionaire. You own the team. Somebody said this to me. It's like owning a car and saying you don't want to pay for your garage. No. You want to store your car somewhere, you have to pay for that.
Shout out garage beer.
Right. Shout out garage beer. Have some nice garage beers in your garage with your nice car. But, like, it's different for me. And I'm going to straight up tell people, I have no problem. I have no problem with my tax dollars going towards it. Because I'm going to go to a game with my son one day. I'm going to root for the Cleveland Browns. Would I feel differently if they're in Brook Park? Not necessarily. They're still the Browns. I'm still going to root for them. I'll still probably go to games there. But I have no problem with it. I want all the teams downtown. I like that the Guardians and the Cavs play downtown. I like being able to go to games like that. So for me, the tax dollars all work out. On top of the fact that I can sports bet in this town now, yeah, kind of what I do is related to the teams. It's that important, sure. I'm talking about just as a lifelong Clevelander, as a father, a husband, a son, a brother that has grown up in Cleveland. I want my teams to stay here, specifically downtown. And I pay my taxes. They're done, by the way, which is great. Shout out to Marianne Boyer. She's the best, Maps. Taxes are done. If they take a little piece of that to send it over to the stadium, great. Now, I still want my taxes going to roads. Got to talk to my councilman.
Potholes, please.
It's bad. I want it going to schools. I want it going to, and that's the thing. You can only divide the pie up so much. There's only so much money that can go around. Now, the other thing that we might get some responses, and I can see them coming already, but I'll tell you what it is, Ryan. Would this be more tax dollars? Because what I'm talking about is the tax dollars that are already allocated, the tax dollars that are already accounted for. Would you be okay with a new tax? Would you be okay with a new tax levy that we get sometimes for schools, right? And it's always a big thing about school levies failing and things like that. Would you be okay with a new tax? I think is an interesting question.
I mean, certainly me and you would be.
Again, I have no problem with it. I'm all for it.
But it's like people that when they don't, I have a lot of people like when I went to school in Nordonia, a lot of people, it had a lot of older people, their kids were no longer in school, so they felt like, well, why would I vote for this levy to pay more when I no longer have kids going to the school?
And I'll tell you what, it's the same thing of people that don't root for the teams. It's the same thing. There could be people that go cast their votes that I don't watch football. I don't care about basketball. So I'm going to vote no. Now, the other side of it, I know die-hard Browns fans that don't want to spend their tax dollars because they rightly come back and say, Matt, I spend thousands of dollars on season tickets. I pay to park there. I buy a pretzel and a beer when I get into the game. They're getting enough money from me. Now you're going to take it out of my taxes too, and I understand that part of it as well. But then you start playing a kind of an iffy game here on them raising season ticket prices or getting PSLs back. And at that point, you're paying $10,000 to get a seat license just to then have the right to pay for your seats. Do you know what a PSL is? I think it's private seat license. So if you want to buy season tickets, you have to get a license to even have the right to own those tickets. Because if you ever go resell them, you're technically you're a vendor. You're selling your tickets off to people. They had those in 1999. When the Browns first came back, they had PSLs. They got rid of them years ago. Part of the reason I believe that they brought him back was they needed to raise some money to get that stadium up. And that's a whole nother conversation about, dude, they rushed to get that stadium up as quickly as they could because they didn't want the NFL to go back on their deal and they wanted to start for the 1999 season. They rushed it up. Art Modell, Art Modell, Al Lerner, who bought the team, said, I just get the stadium up, I'll fix it up, and he passed away. Don't ever forget, one of the worst things that ever happened to the Cleveland Browns was Al Lerner passing away. That team was on the right track with him. He was a good owner. He wanted to redo the stadium, and he unfortunately passed away and gave it to his son, who didn't give a flying about the team.
Well, Matt, how much do you think it contributes to people that are voting no, they don't want their tax dollars? Because the way we worded it was, and we wanted to be specific, was you don't have a choice whether it's the dome or a newly or a renovated one still here on the lake. How much do you think people are deterred by it if it is just a renovation because they look at it as just kicking the can down the road, or like, we're going to have to do this again in another X amount of years, where if we were just to build a dome, obviously that would be there for, what, 20, 30 years, whatever it is?
Yeah.
You know?
No, and that's my thing is there's other use. Like, that's the other thing about the tax dollars, right? If you don't care about sports, but you care about Taylor Swift, then you'd be saying, all right, I want the dome because then I can get Taylor Swift, right? Or I can get a Final Four. People are, I think rightly so, getting wrapped up in that because, Ryan, they want to know what they're paying for. They want to know, if you're going to take our tax dollars, this is what we want it to go towards.
Yeah,
now,
fair.
that doesn't always happen. Again, my tax dollars, there's streets in West Park that have been it's like driving on the moon, and it's been that way for years. Show up, I didn't want to say my councilman, but it's not hard to find out. Show up at your councilman and starts, well, where's this money going? It's no different. I want my potholes filled in West Park, and some people want a dome for Cleveland Browns Stadium. Two different price points, by the way.
Yeah.
Two different price points. And that's the other thing. The money. That's why I'm questioning this Brook Park stuff for a lot of reasons. But I'll tell you this. We're having trouble. Are we not having trouble coming up with $1 billion? Where are you going to get 3? 2.8 or whatever it's going to cost for a brand new domed stadium. Now, the Haslams would obviously take a bigger chunk, right? Because they would view it as this opportunity to build it up and turn it into what they think it is, with shops and restaurants and hotels and all this other kind of stuff. Can I tell you a conversation I had with somebody? And this isn't somebody that's, you know, in with the Browns or kind of, because again, this is all fluid. What did I say yesterday? Anybody that says they
and
tell
that's
you what's
another
going
big
on,
problem with
knows.
this thing is
Nobody knows.
and it's tough because they're gonna be, but everybody's in the dark on this. There's so little information that we know.
I got to be a jerk for a second. The conversation I was having with somebody, they go, yeah, I think the Haslam's vision would be turning that into Crocker Park. Could you imagine Crocker Park with the Browns Stadium? That would be their idea of what they would do at Brook Park, where you go shopping, you can go to the Coach store, you can stop at Canado Tacos, which is very delicious, go to the movies, and the stadium is right there. That's not happening at Brook Park. It's not happening there. Maybe I don't see the vision. I don't know. I really don't. And that's the thing. You would say it's got everything you would need. What's so great about Crocker Park, right? What's so different about that? You're right off a highway. You'd be closer to the airport now. I just don't see that. Maybe it is. Maybe that's the grand vision idea that they have, if that is the road that they want to go down. I still believe that their number one priority is to renovate and stay on the lakefront, but that's another conversation for another day. So if that's what they wanted, if that is the ultimate goal, if people sat down, Ryan, and they said, hey, we're going to get this tax levy here, but this is our idea. This is what we want to do. Then people would have a better idea of what they want to spend their money, or what the tax dollars should be spent on. Call me a simple man. I kind of am. My tax dollars get taken out, and that's all I know, right? I get a check like everybody else. I look at it. It's taken out for state, federal, and Social Security and all that other stuff. Great, fine, good. And it goes into my bank account, and I spend it on my kid. That's it. Where that money goes beyond that, maybe I should care more. But there's also a level of futility in that. Is there not? Because, like, again, I don't mean to rip on Brian KZ, the councilman. That's not happening, man. That's not. Okay? And I appreciate him standing up there to try to get the needle moved on this a little bit, or try to make a stance from the city of Cleveland. Because there are some people that are getting frustrated with, I say Mayor Bibb, knowing that it's really the city of Cleveland, because they got all pissed that at the what is it? The state of the state, the state of the city, or whatever it was a couple of days ago.
The address.
The address of the city, and he didn't mention it. And people are starting to get frustrated because the city of Cleveland has not said anything or put out a statement since or what. And I go, well, of course not. What in Mayor Bibb? Somebody grabbed him after and he said, we're in active negotiation. What do you want me to say?
And it goes back to your whole point of when you go back to GMs. I just used the example of Odell because we talked about it before. They're just they only have the information they have right now. They're not going to come out and say something based on a probability.
Are they lying or are they just telling you what information they have today? The whole thing was when Dave Gettleman said we're not trading Odell, and then they did. Was he lying, or were they operating on the information they had? 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, the Pittsburgh Steelers said we're all in on Kenny Pickett. Now he's not even there. Were they lying, or were they just operating on the information they had at that time? It's tomato, however you want to look at it. The same thing with the city of Cleveland. The same thing with the Haslams. They're not going to say anything right now because they're still working on all of this. And I think an important part, and I'm not saying we send our poll to the Browns saying this is the pulse of the fans, but I do think a massive, important part of this whole thing are the fans and the taxpayers. Get some focus groups going here. Get a vibe on how people would feel. And the Haslams and the city of Cleveland got to remember it is still about us a little bit as the fans. Don't you think it'd be a good idea if they polled people to ask, would you rather drive to Brook Park or would you rather drive downtown?
Do they still do consensus?
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what sense. Yeah,
do something on the website or something like that.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, get a little vibe of your customers. We are the customers of the city of Cleveland. We are the customers of the Haslams. Get a little vibe of what we want.
Do you think they're gauging social media and
No, I don't
like
think
that?
they.
You don't think at all?
I know that they always do because they monitor, they want to see, but that's usually on some other stuff. This one,
you don't really think it factors at all?
I don't know if they care, and it's a great question. Should they care?
I think so.
Should we? And I'm going to say, like us, you and me, sitting right here, wherever you're at work, you're at home, wherever. You and me sitting right here. Should we have a place at this table?
I mean, we're funding the product.
I think so. I think so. That it'll never be a consensus, ever, on everybody that's on board with this or that. I think they should talk to some fans.
Well, that's the problem.
And get an idea of what we want.
And that's the problem, though. It's like Monopoly. Nobody's going to stop watching football.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's going to stop. Nobody's going to boycott football. Like, that's not going to happen.
What did KZ say about Timbuktu? They could put it in Timbuktu and people are going to show up, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, they could build the city, and it's not going to stop people from going to Brook Park. It's not going to stop people from going to Browns games. I think the bigger thing is the tax dollars. That's kind of why we're asking it this morning. Do you have a problem with it? Would you have a problem with tax dollars, your money, going to whatever facility is built? I'm very clearly no. I have no issue with it.
An early 75, no. 25, yes.
Okay, yeah. And I also think because it's a borderline inevitability. It's going to happen, so it's like just accepting it out of the way.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about it.
Well, the other thing, and again, it wouldn't raise nearly as much money, because the thing is, even if you're a Browns fan, I'm trying to think about it this way. Say you have somebody that is not a Browns fan, they don't even root for Cleveland, and they really don't care in the least about the teams. Is there a way that they wouldn't have to pay for that tax? Or it's kind of like the sin tax, right? When you buy alcohol and tobacco, part of that money, which we looked it up the other day, it's like pennies. It's nothing that really helps. What would those tax dollars be? And you want to know what the answer is? Tickets and concessions and parking, because you're getting them from people that want to go to the games. So unless you want to be prepared for, dude, what did they raise the season tickets this past season? Or what have they raised them over the last couple of years? And people are freaking the F out. It's going to go up. You're going to get bid on this anyway. You're going to bid with your taxes. You're going to bid when you go down to the game.
Well, so like when it comes in terms of parking, Matt,
they're complaining about, or they're going back and forth on who owns the parking, right?
That's what I'm saying. So then if it did go to Brook Park, would that money go straight to the Browns? All of it? Because if they had that big parking spot right around it, kind of like the
one of the pitches would be that Brook Park is basically, that land is their land. And
right.
So Brook Park's interest would be other things, like outside of the stadium, people stopping at gas stations, people living in or stopping in hotels that
who gets it all right now? Just people who own the lots?
The city of Cleveland owns that lot north of the thing, I think. I'm pretty sure.
And that's just one of them, right?
But the same thing. From my understanding, the Browns have no parking. Muni lot is municipal. That is all the city of Cleveland. Burke Lakefront, where we're at, that's city of Cleveland. The Pit, city of Cleveland. And again, I'm pretty sure that North Coast lot is city of Cleveland.
So how could they stand to lose that?
Their comeback would be if we redevelop the area, they would make more money. Now, again, look at Muni Lot. $50, $50, $400 for that RV right there. Like, yeah. Dude, drive down Muni Lot today. Not even like a tenth.
I can see it.
A tenth.
I
You
can
see
literally
it out
look
the
to
window.
my left and I see Muni Lot.
A tenth of it is filled. The other part of it they're using for their snowplow truck maneuverability test. And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, kids doing their
I'm not even
test.
kidding. And the kids do their driving test. So those are all things that they're sitting down with the money people, the city of Cleveland, the Browns, all that stuff. They're figuring it out. So we brought it up because City Councilman Brian Casey brought up this Modell plan. And and this is mean to me. I don't know any of this or anything like that, but I'm just going to say, this also sounds like, dude, I just like my new, I would like my name attached to the I don't want the Browns to leave, which is a good way to pull at people and say, man, I'm on your side with this.
I've never seen the show, but how much is this like a Parks and Rec episode?
Like, focus groups are a lot of like what happened. Yeah, I mean, Parks and Rec gives you that little insight of government work, I guess. Ron Swanson would be walking around here very happy because all about capitalism.
Would Ron Swanson be a dome guy or a renovate guy?
Well, he is a capitalism. He's a libertarian is what he is. So he likes no government. So he would actually probably like the Haslam's leaving
to
Brook Park because in the capitalist mindset, there's a chance for them to make more money and charge more money to people and all that kind of stuff.
See, we're asking the questions that people want to know on this show.
Yeah, what would Ron Swanson get? Nick Offerman up here. I'd love to talk to him. Last of Us was great. Wasn't he good in that? Did you watch Last of Us?
I've only watched. I need to watch
Oh my God! So you have not gotten to the episode with him?
No.
Oh my God, that might be. It's honestly no joke. It's probably the best episode of all of it. It's great. Watch it. It's awesome. Get Nick Offerman. Get Lad McConkey 1, 2 Nick Offerman on this
Where's
show.
Nick Offerman from?
No idea. I would say Boston. I'm gonna guess. I don't know.
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. There you go.
Oh, he's getting a stadium.
Yeah, Chicago. But is he a Bears fan? I don't know.
I don't know. I just
I
kind
don't
of
know.
assumed.
Yeah, married Megan Mullally.
Yeah.
She's kind of. There's episodes of Parks and Rec because she played his ex-wife on it, which was really funny. There's one. Oh yeah. All right, we got a lot to get to. You want to break? You want to get some draft news?
Yeah.
Let's
please.
break. All right, let's do this. We'll get to that when we come back. I've got the draft needs for the Browns from NFL.com. We'll get to our Cavs boost tonight. We'll get to some Guardians as well. We got the morning update. Plenty to come right here. Fontana Show. Tipico is the place to go. All right, we missed our boost last night. That's okay. Mackenzie with an off night. Our boost is ready to go. Is it up already?
Yeah, you want to do
Oh,
it?
yeah, let's go. Here we go, Cavs. Ryan wanted an alternate spread, and I said, don't worry, my young friend.
All right.
Cavs are covering. Don't worry
All
about
right.
it. And the bad luck we've had with Darius Garland betting on this show. 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Come on now.
That's a low number, man.
That's a low number. I like that a lot. And then we'll splash some Max Strus threes tonight. I think it'll be a little bit of an offensive explosion
What
here.
if Darius just hits that with points straight up?
He might. Wouldn't that be nice? Boost it on up, Ryan. Our 3-leg boost is
A healthy plus 445.
Let's go. Code Fontana 100. I'm shooting some more Tipico action today to get ready for the Final Four. Get those bets in women's Final Four.
What a game. What a game last night.
No joke. So I was at the Blue Jackets game last night. Yeah! They smoked the Avalanche. I got my win on Tipico last night. Jackets, baby. Yeah! I was at the game last night with my brother. And at intermission, people flocked to the bar to watch Caitlin Clark in the Iowa game.
Yeah, man.
And I was like,
I was locked
we
in.
were sitting there, and I heard a ooh, and I was like, what? And I turned, everybody's watching the game, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know it was on. There we go.
What an awesome thing,
It's
man.
great, and it's coming to Cleveland, man. Get those bets in with Tipico, folks. It's going to be so great for all the tournament action. We'll get to NBA playoffs. Baseball is rocking. You are out of bet credits everywhere else. You've used them all up. You haven't signed these for new customers. Tipico, code Fontana 100. Fontana 100 when you sign up. Deposit and bet $25 on whatever you want. Get $100 in bonus bets to use all of the tournament, all the NBA action that you want, all the baseball. They got it for you. Tipico. I got locks for this weekend, Ryan.
Do you in NCAA?
It's going UConn Purdue. Don't even think about it. Don't
likely.
Don't even sniff it. And I know they're both near double digits, but just take those on out. You'll be just fine. Tipico, use the code Fontana100 and rock with us all NBA playoff season-long baseball season we got with our friends at Tipico. All right, let's catch a break. Draft needs for the Browns. Chad Ryder listed 5. There's one I have a adamant opposition to.
Ooh.
So we'll get to that coming up. Got some more Cavs. Get into the Guardians World Series tiers. I want to run through this because also the other teams. I want to see where they're at coming out tomorrow. I think it was Bradford Doolittle that did this.
Nice name.
It was Bradford Doolittle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's best. Yeah, he's great. There are 5 tiers, not crying tears, like tiers. 5. Where were the Guardians at? I'll tell you next. It was Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds.
The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds.
If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, back here. Matt Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Follow us, Twitter, Matt Fontana Show. I'm at Matt Fontana83. Ryan is at Ryan Tyler33. We're up on YouTube, Twitch, all of it. Instagram, at Matt Fontana Show. Check us out there. You want to do football? You want to do baseball?
Football.
Let's do football. Here we go. NFL.com. Chad Ryder. Biggest needs for the Cleveland Browns. So I went through all 32 teams. Of course, we don't have a first-round pick. And Chad put 5 positions.
It's a good number.
5 positions that he said they were the biggest needs for the Cleveland Browns. I think he did 5 for every team. I'm pretty sure it looks that way. So the one that I am adamantly against, maybe he just threw it in there because he had to.
Yeah.
I'm going to list out the positions. You tell me which one you think I'm adamantly against.
Okay.
Offensive tackle, linebacker, defensive tackle, wide receiver, and tight end. Which one would you guess that I'm vehemently against?
Well, certainly,
all right, start with the ones you know I'm not against.
Certainly not wide receiver.
It's not wide receiver.
I don't, and the one was D tackle.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be vehemently against D tackle, would you? You are.
Why do you need another one?
Okay.
It's not offensive tackle. I think you should take an offensive lineman every year in the draft, to be honest with you. Linebacker, I'm on board with that. Tight end, I mean, okay, fine, great. D-tack, why? What? You don't need another one. You just signed Quentin Jefferson. You bring back Shelby Harris. You have Mo Hurst. Let's not forget about Dalvin Tomlinson. And why don't you just play your draft pick from last year that played all of, 10 snaps last year in Ika?
Yeah.
I don't need any more detail. Now, again, I understand that was a big conversation topic going into free agency. You shored that up. And if Andrew Berry wants to just say, you know what? That is going to be my position of the one-year veteran deals. We call those the Andrew Berry specials, the one-year veteran deal. You just want to perpetuate that cycle every year. We'll go after D-tackle. We'll go after that's fine. Don't draft another one. Please don't. No. And I'm not talking about defensive end either. I'm always looking for a good pass rusher.
So if you hear Tavondre Sweat's name get called, you're going to have an aneurysm?
I really don't want it. I really don't. And especially with that position now, is wide receiver become that with Jerry Jeudy where you don't need that anymore? If we get this Cooper extension, which a lot of people, that's starting to get a little more smoke. That's getting a little more steam on this. If they want to sign him, if you sign Amari Cooper to an extension as well, then I'm borderline taking wide receiver off for now. Unless your guy Ladd is there. I will give you Ladd McConkey if he's there. That's fine. He ain't going to be there. He ain't going to be there, but that's okay. And then I'm opened up to, linebacker. And again, if it was a D-tackle, sure, fine. Bro, you got guys that you just drafted that aren't playing. You got guys that you paid that have to play. Like, I don't see D-tackle. I really don't. Here's Chad's write-up. Cleveland does not own its first or fourth round picks. They were the last of the selections headed to Houston for the Deshaun Watson trade. Injuries at offensive tackle suffered last season, and the 2025 free agency of Jedrick Wills should push the Browns to find depth at tackle, as well as day 3 picks on the interior O-line and receiver and tight end. The team found one new starting linebacker in Jordan Hicks and added defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson in free agency, but they should add one more player at each position in the draft. And I guess I'm reading into, you're right, at 54, they take that. They could find me a D tackle in the 6th round and whatever, throw him in there. That's all good and fine. The offensive line that Chad wrote about, that's a sneaky need, because we know that Jed Wills is not going to be here beyond this year, or maybe it will be. I don't know. Don't write that off so quick, I guess. He has a solid year. What they do with DeJuan Jones, Bill Callahan gone. I'm nervous. You got a lot. That went from being, one of the top 2 position groups in all of football on that offensive line groups in all of, it was either you and the Eagles. People went back and forth. Yeah. Now, you got 3 of your guys coming off of injury. You lost Bill Callahan. You got to make these decisions on tackle. They got to figure out what they're doing with DeJuan Jones. Do you keep him at right tackle? Do you slide him over to left? I thought about this. What if they said, we are moving DeJuan Jones to left tackle, but we're going to give him a redshirt year to get ready for it. And then you're going to start Wills and Conklin. Those guys are paid. They're paid up. How that sits with DeJuan Jones, I don't, you went in there and you played really well. That's a kick that you don't get to go back in there and start again. And if he's better than those other 2, I don't know. We'll figure that out in training camp. So offensive line is not quite the need. The question continues to circle about 54, though. You trade back, take the best player available. What are you doing? I mean, the good news is it's wide open for Andrew Berry to, I guess, do kind of what he wants at this point. But, bro, if they, I don't want to D-tackle there. I really don't. I'm still fine with a receiver.
I think, it was more of he had to pick 5 positions.
I'm telling you, trade down is happening. I know you want to trade up. I think the trade down is happening. And it's for a lot of the same reasons what we're discussing here. You don't necessarily need starters on this team. You need developmental guys. Find them in the 3rd and 5th rounds. So stock up on some of those picks. I'm preparing myself now for the trade down from 54.
But I'm not saying it's not going to work, but have we had a later than 3rd round pick that has developed? In Andrew Berry's regime?
Later than 3rd? So MJ doesn't count because he was the 3rd round pick.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
I guess DeJuan Jones.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's one, but a half of season, and he ended up being injured anyway.
I mean, more often than not, those guys don't.
No,
pan
and
out.
that's like, again, it comes back to how you view the draft. First round usually should be Pro Bowlers. Second to third round should be starters, average starters. Fourth and fifth round, potential starters. And then sixth and seventh are potential backup special teams guys. I mean, it's usually how it breaks down. You can go find me a Travis Kelce in the third round. You can go find some guys late in the draft that kind of work out, sure. But the vast majority, the thing is, the Browns, if they had to play a football game tomorrow with the roster that they have, I feel confident in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the fact that you are short on some picks, and if you especially, well, it just weasels its way into the conversation. I don't mean this to be the way, it just happens. That if you have to move on from Deshaun Watson, you're going to want draft picks as many as you can get for next year. And I'm not talking that you're getting a first-round pick or trading back in the second round. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you can get some future picks and you just get a stockpile, that then helps you make moves. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't mean to bring it up.
When did the 2 early 2025 mocks come out?
I'm sure you can find one. I'm sure you could find some nut job that wants to do it with high school seniors at this point. I don't know. Walter Football used to be really good for all of those.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
They used to have mocks like so early. Don't even Google that. What are you doing? Come on now.
Number 1, Shador Sanders to the Titans.
Oh, come on now.
Carson Beck, 2 to the Giants. Travis Hunter, 3 to the Patriots. I'm just
He'd
trying
be
to
fun
find
to watch there.
quarterbacks.
He'd be fun to watch there.
Quinn Ewers, the Broncos at number 8. Oh, God.
Oh, so I'll go J.J. McCarthy, Quinn Ewers in back-to-back years. That'll be fun.
Yeah. And then, like, Drew Aller.
Aller, yeah.
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 Aller? Is it Aller?
Aller, yeah. That's
Aller?
fine. That's all good. It's all good. Medina kid. I mean, that's like, for the future, when you think about that, you would have to figure it out. You'd have to have as many picks as you could get for the future of whatever that future might be. More is better. More is always better. So I'm preparing myself now for the trade back. Let's get over to baseball. Last night, Guardians, McKenzie just didn't have it, and it was pretty obvious, but the bats are still a little hot. A couple of home runs there. Julio Rodriguez is a freak. He is an absolute freak of nature. He is so fun to watch. I wish he was on my team. But anyway, Guardians was a tough one last night. That's fine. We'll get back in action tonight. So Bradford Doolittle, Ryan's new favorite name of the day.
Still not better than Ladd McConkey.
And they're up there. 5 tiers of baseball teams. Number 1, their time is now. These are the favorites to go win the World Series. Tier 2, their time could be now. Tier 3, so you're telling me there's a chance.
That's got to be Guards.
Tier 4, we will wait until next year.
Oh, maybe.
Tier 5, we're at minimum 2 years away, if even that.
Okay.
Let's find out where the Guards are at. Tier 1, front runners to win the league in the World Series. Only 2 teams, the Dodgers and the Braves. Tier 2, their time could be now. These teams project to land the top seed, but could easily end up in the top tier by the end of the season. Houston Astros, Baltimore Orioles, Arizona Diamondbacks, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Rays, the Rangers, the Twins?
Well, it's because they project them to win the AL Central.
I know. They're not going to, though. Injuries. Sorry, I don't believe him. All right, tier 3. So you're telling me we have a chance. The odds look stacked against these teams in terms of immediate title contention, but a playoff berth is in play.
Yeah, okay.
Seattle, Toronto, Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, Boston Red Sox, San Diego Padres, and your Cleveland Guardians.
And that's because they're in the Central, I would imagine.
Here's the write-up from Bradford. Win average is 84.5 games. Chance to make the playoffs is 47%. If you told the average Guardians fan that at least Bradford, but he's a statistical guy, that you have a 50-50 shot of making the playoffs, they'd call you crazy. Does that not feel like it should be 10 with some of the fans anyway?
Well, imagine if the Browns were in the AFC South or they were in the NFC South. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what it is with the Guardians. They're in the worst division.
So here's what Bradford did for every team. State of the franchise and a pivotal issue. Guardians. For the third straight season, the Guardians are starting with one of the youngest rosters in baseball. This formula got them a division crown, followed by a nice little postseason run in 2022, and then a slide back in 2023. You expect a young team to move forward, but this may simply be the reality of baseball as long as Cleveland shies away from bolstering with a veteran impact player or two. They don't spend money. Got it. The pivotal issue facing the Guardians, if you had to guess what you think the pivotal issue is for the Guards.
Well, when was this written?
Like, I think this morning.
I mean, I don't think they can project the bats to stay hot. Like, I think they're going to project a lull. Is it
not that so
production?
Much? What's the biggest thing about?
Is it just youth?
No. What's everybody talk about with the Guardians? What's the impending thing that everybody freaks out about?
They don't spend money?
Trading shit.
Trading? Okay.
It's starting pitching. Yeah. Pivotal issue. The rotation has the potential to be one of baseball's strongest, but they also have various components that they need to be locked in at the same time. A return to health for Shane Bieber helps, but they need Logan Allen, Tanner Bybee to continue to progress, and Tristan McKenzie more of 2022 than 2023, and for Gavin Williams to get and stay healthy. Team's defense and bullpen are well situated to complement a quality rotation, but this unit needs to hold up there into the bargain.
What's that
quality
bullpen? Is that an Eli Morgan eye roll?
No, hey, here's the thing. I defend Eli Morgan. I like Eli Morgan. I do. I'm not going to crap on Trevor Stephan anymore, okay? He's got Tommy John. He's done. There's no point in throwing it on that. They're going to get Sam Henches back soon. You know, Barlow's had, one appearance. Clase is still really good. I really like that Cade Smith kid. And that Tim Herron. Both those guys throw gas. Just throw them out there and throw 96 for an inning. Get out of there. That's it. How does Tim Herron not like the best reliever in baseball? He's a lefty that gets it up near 100. Shouldn't he be the best pitcher in baseball? That's Aroldis Chapman level.
I was about to say, well, I don't know.
Something.
Still got to throw strikes.
That's true, too. And if your fastball is straight, you're going to get slammed.
Yeah.
You are going to get
in the
slammed.
majors, it don't matter how fast you throw.
So would you, I mean, obviously you agree with that, right? That we're in this, it could be it.
I was happy to hear that
like
they
you're
were
saying
tier
we have
3.
a chance.
I would have said tier 3. I was happy that they didn't put them in the bottom at tier 4.
You want to run through the other tiers real quick just to see where we're at?
Yeah.
This is waiting until next year. The Giants, the Mets, not funny. The Tigers, the Reds, the Marlins, the Brewers, the Royals, the Pirates, the Angels. Those are all waiting for next year. These are the bottom barrel teams. Bradford writes, there's work to be done, and they have a long road ahead. The White Sox.
So you're about to name 3 more AL Central. Because I haven't heard you say Detroit yet, and I know Royals and White Sox.
Did I not put Detroit a year away? Maybe they're in here. They got to be. Chicago, Oakland, Nationals, Rockies. No, they had to have been in the other one. The Royals and the Tigers are in tier 4, waiting until next year. The Royals and the Tigers.
Oh, okay.
More the Royals than the Tigers? Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they got some young guys there with the Tigers that they like, and the White Sox are just unmitigated.
I mean, Tigers are 4-0.
Yeah. I mean, at this point of the year, like...
I know, it's like...
Oh, the Yankees are on. Okay, great. That's all. You know, and the Guardians have gotten off to a strong start. I'm happy to see that it's the bats, right?
Yeah.
Last night, maybe put too much on Tristan McKenzie, all right? Got barely pitch at all last year. Mechanics were off. Control was an issue. If we can just keep hitting... You got home runs from what? Naylor and Freeman last night?
Yeah.
I'm okay with Freeman. He's throwing guys out.
Yeah.
Look at that. 2 guys.
If you can hit and be half of what Miles Straw was in
Scott
center field,
Service
man.
better sit Julio Rodriguez today. That guy blew. And now, granted, they won, but you blow through your third base coach stop sign that was pretty apparent. That gets you a benching the next day, usually. But the Guardians are off to a good start. They're off to a really good start, and I'm happy that the bats are showing up. And if you get your pitching where you should, like tonight, Bieber, Castillo, that's going to be a good game tonight. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Are we back to a 9:40 tip? I guess we'll get the guard. I guess we'll get the Cavs. Oh, no. Cavs are out there, too. Man, it's going to be a late night. I got a 9 o'clock Cavs tip and a 9:40 Guardians Mariners. I'm going to take a nap before that.
Seattle is back to being the favorite in this one.
Oh, really? It was about even money. It was about even money up until game time, and even after the first inning, I don't think anybody scored. But Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I look at it and I say, we're in it. It's a good start to the season. Keep the bats rolling and see where it plays out. Ryan, please bring up our Twitter question for you if you can this morning.
Yeah.
Our question, we're talking about Brian Casey, the city councilman came up with this Art Modell rule and all that kind of stuff. Here's the funny thing. If there was a rule named after me, what would it be? Mike tweets, do you know about my crock pot story? I got food poisoning from a crock pot one time.
You're just a bad cook, or?
I did. Apparently, these things should probably not be put together. I did chicken eggplant parmesan, and I'm assuming the chicken was raw when I put it in, and then I put the eggplant on top of it. I'm assuming it sucked into the eggplant. I got violently sick from that.
Ew.
I love my crock pot. I cook in it all the time.
I have a deathly fear of eating raw meat. Like,
my wife and I get we go back and forth on that because I overcook. I've got to think about
chicken. I do too
chicken.
because I'm scared.
I've got to think about
chicken.
She gets me all the time.
I would rather eat
on
a little
chicken.
burnt than risk, because chicken you can't mess around with.
That's my thing. Raw, like even ground meat, does not freak me out the way chicken freaks me out. There's something, and I thankfully have found an excellent way to cook chicken. You got a cast iron skillet. You don't have one, get one. They're great. You start your chicken in the cast iron. You just sear both sides of it quick and then throw it in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
So you lock everything in and then you bake it in the oven. It's great. I also found an amazing fried chicken cutlet air fryer recipe.
I love air fryers.
So you got to cut them thin, right? Here's what you do. You want to know your little secret. You want good fried chicken next time?
Sure.
You got to put a little cornstarch in your flour.
Okay.
Game changer.
We need a big play cooking show.
We could rock that.
I guess we have the Dude
We have
Network.
a lot.
We have the Dude Network.
Yeah, we got the Dude Network. He does it all. Yeah, you're right. We got the Dude Network. We got video games coming up. We got cooking. We got it all for you here in Big Play. Throw a little cornstarch in your flour the next time you do it. So here's what I do. Chicken, flour, eggs, breading. Spray not only your air fryer basket, because here's the other misnomer about the air fryer. People think, I don't use any oil. No. The whole point of the air fryer is that you use less oil than dropping it in a deep fryer. You still got to spray your basket, then spray the chicken with that spray olive oil. 15 minutes. 15 minutes at about 400. Thank me later. How we start talking about this?
You got sick chicken crock
the
pot?
rule that it would be my rule. That probably, yeah. That's what Mike tweeted me that earlier. I appreciate that, Mike. I don't know what else my rule would be. I'm not really known for much. It's kind of sad, I guess, that where we're at. Brian Casey brought up this Art Modell rule. As silly as the rule sounds, I appreciate what he's trying to do. The ultimate question remains, would you, the taxpayers of Cuyahoga County, the city of Cleveland, would you be okay with your tax dollars going towards the facility? Ryan, our votes and some responses, please.
Already, 70% say no, they wouldn't mind, and 30% say yes. Charles on Twitter/X. Team Dome, don't care where the money comes from. Just do me a favor and look outside. Now go sit in it for 3 hours straight. Pat, yes and no. Yes, because Jimmy has proven to be shady, and I don't trust him. No, because it would benefit the city. Andrew, it seems tax dollars have been spent with disregard for a long time, so why not allow the taxpayers to actually enjoy what their money's spent on? Michael, the owner's worth billions, yet you have to foot the bill. Why? Why would you support that?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm talking about the Haslam comment there. Yes, whatever, what Jimmy allegedly did or didn't do with Pipeline, Jay Salt, Warren Buffett, whatever. I really don't care. It is what it is. Okay, fine. The thing is, the facility, I don't see the Haslam family not owning the Cleveland Browns for a long time, okay? They have a succession plan in place. Their son-in-law, J.W. Johnson, assuming that he will step up in that role one day.
I didn't know he was their son-in-law.
Yeah, they have daughters. They have 3 daughters. So D has a son, I think, from a previous relationship, and then they have 3 daughters on their own, and J.W. is their son-in-law.
They have any single granddaughters?
I don't think so. Damn. I think I've seen the Haslam's grandkids. They're like kids. They're little kids.
No, Josh.
You got to go get that Clark Hunt's daughter.
Yeah.
You got to go. Yeah. She seemed. What's her first name? I don't even know.
I don't know. Maybe she'll audition for the Josh Cribbs show with me being the
How's that
bachelor.
going, by the way?
I don't know. I'll find out today.
Oh, you haven't started that yet.
They'll give me an update today, I think.
Gracie Hunt. She is. I wonder how old she is. Who is Gracie Hunt? Daughter of Kansas City owner Clark Hunt.
I mean, he's only 59, so she can't
be that old.
25.
Right in your wheelhouse, buddy.
Yeah.
Right in your wheelhouse,
2-year
buddy.
difference.
What? That's fine. That's fine. Right in your wheelhouse. Somebody tweet at her. Get her on the show with those guys. Wouldn't that be something? He's a man. Wouldn't that be something? All the insight. You would have all of the insight that we would ever need.
She's a fine-looking lady, I will say that.
There you go. All right, back to this. Back to the Haslam's panel. So they're not going to not own this team for a long time. So that is another reason. That's actually a sign of positivity because they're in this for the long haul. I believe them when they say that. You don't see NFL teams come up for sale unless you had what happened with Dan Snyder or you had what happened with the Broncos, where the family just couldn't get their stuff together, didn't maybe want the team anymore, and they're moving on. How long have the Fords owned the Lions, right? How long have the Rooney family owned this? The teams do not come for sale. So there is a succession plan in place for the Haslams. They're not going. That is a good thing for us. Because could you imagine what this storm would be as if they were trying to sell the team or if there was a chance that they were going to leave? They are building the stadium because they plan to own the team for the next 30 to 50 years. Maybe I'm putting too much on that stadium. When they build this stadium, you would imagine that you are going to get the same run out of it that you would get for the stadium that you're in right now, at least 25 years. I feel pretty confident saying, outside of something extremely scandalous, which I guess could happen, you never know, that the Haslams will be the owners for that majority of that time. And that's good because then they have that true ownership of it, the stewardness of the franchise to do the best and put the best facility out there and get all that stuff done. That's the goal. That's what you want to have. You don't want this up in arms stuff about what this team is doing, this ownership, if they can move the team, if they're going to go here. In relative, we're talking about the team moving, 20 miles away, if that? They're not leaving Northeast Ohio. Now, again, I want them on the lakefront. I want them to stay down there. I think the city of Cleveland wants that. And I just get the little itch. I think the Haslams want that too. It doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. They still have to negotiate and figure all this out. But if we could just start, and I'll come in on the negotiation, they need me. If we just sit down with Mayor Bibb, a few of his people, the Haslams, and a few of their people, and they sit on opposite sides of the room. Aren't you supposed to sit in a circle? Isn't that more conducive to positivity and positive thoughts? Everybody sit in a circle. And I will start the proceedings by saying, to this side and this side, you don't need to nod your head. You don't need to raise your hand. You don't need to say anything. But I just want you to internalize this. Would we all believe we want the Browns to stay in Cleveland and play on the lakefront? Answer that question to yourselves. I would imagine that I'll say yes. And I go, let's just start from there. And let's work on it. Let's find a way. Let's work on this. They can talk about parking. They can talk about infrastructure. What can the city do? What can the Browns do? And we'll get that figured out. Start with that. Start with that. I know that, I believe that is the point of the city of Cleveland. I had somebody tell me that the city of Cleveland actually wants them to leave because then they would have the opportunity to develop that lakefront.
Yeah, we've heard that.
And I go, they actually don't want that. Do you want to know why? Because when it fails and is an epic disaster, then they're going to say you let them leave for nothing. I've lived here my whole life. I have no faith or belief anymore on any lakefront development.
Do we have some renderings we can look at?
Nothing. It's like, what are you going to do? Put a park there? We're going to bulldoze? I don't know. Maybe they have a grandiose idea. I've got no faith. I have no faith, no clue. No belief they're going to do anything with it. So if you're not going to do that, you might as well keep them around. It's a convenient excuse, is it not? Oh, I'd really love to do the lakefront, but the Browns are there. What are we going to do? I think that's bailing the city of Cleveland out. Because if they left and then they put up a couple of restaurants that would end up closing in a year and a half anyway.
Mega Hooters.
And you got nothing sitting there but Ryan's Mega Hooters catching Lisa Ann on Tuesday appearances, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Move them to Brook Park.
Move them to Brook Park. There it is. You have your Flacco statue down there. Yeah. You have your Mega Hooters and your Flacco statue.
What more do you need?
Sizzler? R.I.P., by the way. Donald from Happy Gilmore passed away. That's a tough one, man. Joe Flaherty was his name. That's sad.
Matt, real quick, any guesses on the top 5 longest tenured NFL owners? Like what franchise?
Oh, that's a pretty good one. Okay.
Number one.
The Rooneys.
No.
Oh.
Because we've talked about it.
Longest tenured?
Yeah.
The Fords?
No.
She's 100 years old. What do you mean? Wait, oh, are you talking about one person?
Like a family has owned a franchise.
Oh. Yeah, and it's not the Fords?
No.
Oh.
We've mentioned her on the show before.
We have?
Yeah.
I don't know. The DeBartolos?
The Bears.
Oh, the McCann. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she is legitimately like
Yeah.
over 100. Okay.
Number
she's-
2 is technically the Packers, but that doesn't count because
That doesn't count because they're publicly owned.
Number 3, the New York Giants, the Tisch families.
The Tisch, yeah, Mara's, yeah.
4, Cardinals, the Bidwell family.
Really?
And number 5 is the Rooney family, the Steelers.
How long have the Fords owned the Lions?
Clearly not as long.
Hang on. I guess the franchise has been under the ownership of the famous Ford family since just 1963. All right.
Haslam's are what, 11?
Yeah, I think they took it in 11 or 12. Like right before the season, I think in 12. I think that's when it was. And then you have the new ownership groups. Obviously, you have Josh Harris. You've got the Broncos. God, who was? When did Stan Kroenke join? When did he buy the Rams? 2010. That's right. He became the full owner by unanimous consent on 2010 because then they moved him on. Dude, is this not insane? Stan Kroenke owns the Nuggets, the Avalanche, the Rams, the Colorado Mammoth and Rapids in the National Lacrosse League. I'm sorry, National Lacrosse League, Colorado Mammoth, the National Soccer League Rapids, and the Colorado Crush of the Arena League. Now,
how do you even manage all that?
He's got a lot of people that works for him, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, and he bought Arsenal. He bought Arsenal. And he owns a Call of Duty team. I forgot about
What's
that.
that dude's net worth?
Stan Kroenke?
Yeah, Jesus.
Stan Kroenke net 16 bill.
Okay.
16 bill. That's a lot of stuff for 16 billion. Jerry Jones 13.9, Kraft 11.1. Now, here's the other thing you got to remember. That includes their NFL teams.
Yeah.
Like, Jerry Jones only owns, not only owns, like, I know he's got other business ventures and stuff like that, but a big chunk of what he owns, the fact that he owns the Dallas Cowboys. It's not like he's got that liquid cash. You'd have to sell the team.
Yeah.
If that's what he was really worth. Did he marry the... Oh, that's what it was. She married Ann Walton Kroenke, and she is from the Walmart Waltons. She is an American billionaire, heiress to the Walmart fortune. Ann and her sister, Nancy Walton, inherited their stock from their father, Bud Walton, who was the brother and early business partner of Sam Walton, who started Sam's Club and Walmart.
Do you know what U.S. state was the first Walmart? I'm almost positive I know this. I'm just going to double check.
The first Walmart, I want to say it's like Kansas or something like that.
Yeah, I was right. Well, not Kansas, but very close.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, Iowa,
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Oh, there you go. Oh, I got it. I was not geographically close. I was close to the name. Got it there. All right, we don't have $1 billion like all these people are talking about. When we come back, if I had $1 billion, I'll just pay for the stadium. That's fine. Would I really though?
What would be your first?
Hey, I didn't check my Powerball. Did anybody win last night? It's a bill.
I don't know.
It's a bill.
What would be your first thing if you bought the Browns? Like, what would be the first thing you do?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I mean, if it really came down to like you need to fix the stadium, then that is priority number one. If there was a tangible thing that I would change, probably the dog pound. I don't like how that dog pound looks right now. I don't like the caricature, like wall type, the fence kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're bringing the white face mask back. That's great. I'm excited for that. The jerseys are fine. The color scheme is fine. That's a good one. What would I change about the Browns? If I just bought the team, what would I change?
That should be a really good question.
Probably the facility. Like, there's a lot of... I'm trying to think of something better. Like, I'm trying to think of a great answer or something like that. Change the name. Oh. I'm not opposed to it. You got to give me a better name than the Guardians. I'm starting to fade.
I couldn't imagine the Browns getting their name changed.
A lot of people don't like the name. They think it's a stupid name. Not much you can do with it.
Named after a guy.
I know, but I'm just saying it's legacy. I'm not for changing it, but that's just me. All right, let's catch our break. We'll get to time up coming up. We got the morning update with Ryan. A lot of stories we got to get to. The women's Final Four set. Men ready to go for the weekend. Got it all. Morning update comes your way next.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds.
If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's get to a morning update. Ryan's got the stories, women Final Four set, other plenty of news to get to. Ryan, please take it away.
All right, Matt. Well, the Guardians fall to 3-2 on the young season as they drop the first one out west in Seattle, Matt. Not a bad show. Well, I guess kind of a bad showing for Tristan McKenzie, but he hasn't pitched in a while there. But like I mentioned, a very, very young season. Dominic Canzone, a hometown guy, went to Walsh, hit a home run.
I saw that.
Guardians.
Hammy had a great call for that. Talking about a kid from Walsh who grew up rooting for the Cleveland baseball team to be able to hit that. I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, listen, McKenzie just didn't have it. Control was kind of the issue last night. Bats, you had that pivotal time. They scored a bunch of runs. You came back and scored a couple. I'm like, all right, try to make this a game a little bit, but McKenzie just didn't have it. More time. The thing is, I'm a little worried. You had to stretch your bullpen out again a little last night, so you're going to need a good start tonight from Shane Bieber to get rolling with that. I expect that out of him. Keep it hot going. You got an ace matchup tonight with Castilla and Bieber. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a good game.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, the Cavs are back in action tonight as they take on the Utah Jazz, and we have a little big play boost here. We'll get to it later in the show, Matt. But one, they feel like they really need to pick up here if they want to remain high in that Eastern Conference standing.
They do. These are must-win games. I hate to say this because you know how it works, and I think they're going to smoke the Jazz. This needs to be like take the anger out game. I know they're angry. I know Donovan Mitchell is upset. I want to talk about that later in the show too. He is getting the sense and the vibe that we all are feeling. Like here's the thing. It's not you're not in a bad place yet, but you're on that track. You get what I'm saying? Like, all signs are pointing to the wheels about to fall off. You better fix it. You have a chance. They're not screwed yet. They're not in the bad place yet, but they're staring down the barrel on it. They really are. So with all that being said, just go out there and just blow out the Jazz tonight. It's what is it, 10.5 or is it 11? 11.5. Just smoke them, get back on track, win a couple of these other tough games coming up, and you'll feel right. That's it. That's all I'm asking for this team right now. Just get it done. You should have no problem beating the Jazz.
Knock on wood,
God, come on now. You should have no problem beating them. I think they're going to cover. Just you need a feel right, get right game tonight for the Cavs, and I think they'll get it. Jazz should be that opportunity.
All right, well, the Cavs are 2 spots down in the latest CBS NBA Power Rankings, Matt. They're sitting here at 16. Notable teams above them are the Pacers at number 12, the Knicks at number 11, and the Magic at number 10.
Magic, everybody's on the man. I'm telling you. And that's the thing. Like, you look at their roster, like Paolo Banchero, with how good he is, Cole Anthony, I'm a big fan of his. Like, they're a young and upcoming team. You feel like you're going to have to deal with them a little bit.
How about this, Matt?
Yeah.
Celtics dropped to number 2. The Thunder are number 1.
That has to be like the first time all year that is. They just need the clicks. The Celtics are, and I don't mean to sound correct, but it's like the Celtics are the best team in basketball. You know that. I know that. Now, are the Thunder, would I want to face them if I was a Celtics fan? I don't know. Would you really want to face the Nuggets? I don't know. But it's like, Thunder a little scrappy. Your boy Chet. Did you not call that? You said Chet was going to win Rookie of the Year?
I did, but I think it's not going to happen.
You think it's back to Webby?
Yeah, for sure.
When you put up 40, you do 40 and 20.
40 and 20.
Yeah,
he's a freak.
Yeah,
but I did say that.
It was Chet for a little while. Now I think it's back to Wembanyama. But yeah, I mean, sure. You want to buy the Thunder. I'm sure they're having a great old run with it right now. You want to know the thing about the Thunder? I guess it's working. I cannot stop staring at their patch for Love's truck stops. It tells me
I haven't even noticed that.
Dude, it's because they wear the blue and it's a yellow patch. The Cavs one is tasteful with Goodyear. Look at that damn thing, right?
Yeah,
Can you pull that up for the people if they haven't seen it? Look at that damn thing. I seriously, I can't not stare at it. Because it's so contrasting colors. It's blue and yellow. And again, it works. I know it's Love's. I know it's Love's truck stop. I know that. The Cavs, I know, is Goodyear just because it's the Cavs. I hope it's Goodyear, right? Is it Goodyear? Here, I'm talking like I know what it is.
The patch is up there for the people.
Cavs patch.
It looks like McDonald's colors there on the screen.
Cavs sponsor. Is it Cliffs? Oh my God, it might be Cliffs. Who's on the Cavs uniform?
It's not Goodyear anymore?
I thought it was. Cliffs. I'm sorry, it's Cliffs. I knew that. I knew it switched to Cliffs. But again, I knew it was Love's. Because you look at it on the screen right there, it's gaudy. It's like you can't not stare at it when I see the Thunder. It's the first thing I notice. Now it's in my head. Now I see Chet and I see Shy, and I'm like, oh, Love's truck stops. There you go. All right. There we go. I should say direct competitor to Pilot Flying J over there. Sorry, Jimmy. But the Thunder are not better than the Celtics. They might be like today from these rankings, but they won't be when it's all said and done. Are we putting too much on that we just think the Celtics are just going to walk to the NBA Finals through the East?
I mean, they're clear by far, not even close. I think the best team in the East. Now, it's a question when you get to the championship, obviously, because they're yet to get it done, which is the stink on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Sure.
But they are two very young players, and I think if they're going to get it done, this is a year that they definitely should.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, speaking of basketball, the Final Four is set for the women's, and they're coming to Cleveland.
Yeah,
Caitlin Clark gets her revenge against Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers, and Paige Beckers defeats Juju Watkins and the Trojans, and now our Final
Another
Four is
ho-hum
coming.
40 for Caitlin Clark. I mean, that was a close game. I mean, granted, it was only an 7-point game at the end, but there was a point that Iowa got out to a little bit of a lead there, which was fun. UConn with the big win there. I know Juju, it would have been nice to see. At the end of the day, and somebody sent this tweet yesterday, regardless if it was LSU or Iowa, regardless if it was UConn or USC, it's going to work out well for the city of Cleveland. That being said, I'm happy that Iowa advanced. Again, Kim Mulkey and Angel Reese and that crew, that would have been fun to watch, but you get Caitlin Clark here. Bro, you told me about this morning. Ticket prices, man. You can get to the Final Four on the men's side for about $500, cheapest tickets. Cheapest tickets for the women's, over $900.
Evolution.
Well, the other thing is availability. They're playing at a football arena or football stadium. They're at Rocket Mortgage Field. A little bit different, but I still love to see it. And I do want everybody to mention, you know how crazy this weekend's about to be?
I know.
We got the millions of people coming for the eclipse.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's on Monday.
That's on Monday.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. And then you got the women's
Is
championship
that being
Friday.
overblown?
No,
No. I'm not saying the sense of the eclipse being overblown. I'm saying
the people.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're not. No.
You think it's really going to be
Lorain
that
County
crowded?
said they are already expecting millions of people to show up.
So there's really people that travel across the country to see
There
this.
are people coming internationally, I've heard. They are flying in because, for those that don't know, apparently we are in the direct path of
If only
this
it was
eclipse.
on a weekend, people could stay.
Well, okay, here's the other thing. There's a sensationalism that happens with our society where the eclipse has been on the news and it's been brought up on this, and then it just spawns so many things. There are conspiracy theorists that think it's going to take out a grid or it's going to knock the internet out or whatever. The thing is, it's been so sensationalized that there are people that feel like they cannot live their lives, the rest of their life, without being in Lorain, Ohio to see the eclipse.
That's outrageous.
Are you going to walk around and tell people, I saw the eclipse at the best place possible? Are you going to get a T-shirt?
So,
like that's what I'm saying.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure NASA has the ability to do this and whatnot, but the average person, you can't take a video of it.
They said do not. So what a lot of people are saying, if you're going to videotape it, put the glasses over your phone. There's something about
Because it would mess up your phone?
I don't know. To actually be able to get a picture of it, I guess. I don't know.
Right,
I have no idea. Do you want to know my other thing? My mom got us eclipse glasses, right? Are they legit? Like, I'm not like making. Like,
I'm telling you right now. I'm
like
not
my
messing
mom
around
got
with
them at a store. I believe that the store tells me. How the hell do I know?
I'm not messing around with that. I watched it on TV.
Oh no, I'm gonna go look at it. The other thing, I'm just gonna get a welding helmet for my dad. My dad's got a bunch of welding helmets in our garage.
Can you bring to the studio?
A welding helmet?
So I
sure.
can use it?
Yeah, we got a couple. So, again, my mom bought these eclipse glasses at the store. Are they you know what I mean? Like when you grab a toothbrush, you know that the American Dental Association, go back to Home Alone, is this toothbrush ADA, American Dental Association approved? Are these eclipse glasses NASA approved? I'm not, because my thing is, my son,
Yeah.
I'm going to put these on my kid.
You can't be messing around with that.
And I'm not messing with that. I don't want to lose my eyesight either. But like, are these glasses legit? Or did some jackwagon take some saran wrap and put them inside of a cardboard pair of glasses and go, yeah, these are eclipse glasses. Good luck. Have fun.
Not to derail before we get to the Immaculate Grid, Matt, but Matt, would you, if would you go blind? Take your kids out, because I know you wouldn't want to do it because you had kids. You wouldn't ever want to go blind. But if you were just like single, whatever, would you go blind if it meant you could turn into Daredevil?
No, probably not.
No?
Daredevil's cool, but he would not be the superhero I'd want to be. So
but if you had a chance to be a superhero.
Okay, but here's the other thing.
It's not worth your vision?
You never thought about this. What happens when Daredevil turns 65 and he's not quite as agile anymore?
But he's Daredevil. I'm sure he's going to be agile then. I mean, Mike Tyson's still getting in the ring.
I guess. I'm out. No. Daredevil, I'd rather get bit by a spider and become Spider-Man.
Well, I didn't give you that option, did I?
No. But to answer your question, if I would splash chemicals in my eye to become Daredevil, I would not. I'd rather get bit by a radioactive spider. The Flash, I don't know. I think the Flash is kind of lame.
What?
Like, go super fast. Because again, I'm thinking about normal people turned into, it's not like Superman. It's not Batman. It's they had something bite them or something happened to them. Who got struck by the lightning?
That was Flash.
No, I know, but there's somebody else.
Shazam?
Well, yeah, he got the power of the gods. There's somebody else I'm trying to think of. It's probably Marvel. It's got to be somebody with Marvel.
They got struck by lightning?
Yeah.
And you're not thinking of the Flash?
No, I mean, I know it is the Flash, but I'm thinking of somebody else. Superhero that was struck by lightning.
Like Wally West? Like another version?
Yeah, no,
of Flash?
it's somebody else. It's not Captain Marvel. Oh, I'm thinking of Electro, the bad guy in Spider-Man. That's who I'm thinking of. Jamie Foxx.
Oh, well, in that one movie, he fell into that like reactor.
Right. Oh, I guess if I really would you pick Mr. Freeze? You got to live in the suit the rest of your life, but you fall into a vat of chemicals.
Yeah. Well, do I have to have his whole lore? Like, did I do it for my dying wife?
Yes. You get all of it.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to do that?
No, I never get to see my wife again.
Two-Face get burned by acid. Would you take that? No, because he was just
No,
weird.
he
You know,
didn't
he's
have
just
any
like a
powers.
psycho.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Clayface.
Clayface would be pretty
Clayface.
sick.
I was just gonna say because he's all up in Batman
Poison
too.
Ivy would be kind of cool.
Yeah, Poison Ivy would be pretty cool. Superman. All of his characters are like outer space type stuff. Lobo would be cool.
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm so pissed they didn't make that movie. Whatever. What about Marvel? What are all the Marvel bad guys?
The Marvel bad guys?
Oh, would you become the Green Goblin?
No.
You just gotta suck that gas in. You're telling me you wouldn't want to become the Green Goblin?
Like go on a sabbatical. I started this company. You can't do this to me. I started this company.
I just picture the
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
meme. When people use that meme.
Reflog put out everybody on
Oh
Monday
my
morning when the
God. I'm somewhat of a bracketologist.
I'm somewhat of a bracketologist myself.
What was the other one with him?
Norman's on a sabbatical.
When it's something about when he looks at Spider. There's another meme. There's another Green Goblin meme. When he's looking at Spider-Man.
Shout out Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah, he's the best. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
That's the best one.
That's
I
so good.
started this company.
Yeah, you can't do this to me.
You can't do this to me.
Yeah. Green Goblins. I like the Hobgoblin a little more myself, 'cause a little more orange in there, but Green Goblin's where it's at. What if we did Marvel characters in the Immaculate Grid? Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be so easy.
That'd be so easy to do. Let's see if this one's going to be easy. Immaculate Grid. Here we go.
You're going to love this, Matt.
All right, good.
The bottom one, South Carolina. They went to USC. I mean, Southern California. Sorry. Southern California, USC.
All right, we're getting some colleges. Up and down, left and right. What's our statistical category?
3,000 yards passing in a season.
Crap.
No, we got this. Because, all right, Jets, USC.
Hold on. Go.
Jets, USC, we can just rip Sam Darnold.
Well, do we need him? Can you? Oh, Carson Palmer. Yeah. Okay, go. Oh, yeah. Go. No. Sam Darnold. I'm thinking way ahead. Rip Sam Darnold.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah. Wait, didn't he go to Oklahoma State?
Oh yeah. Wait, who am I thinking of? Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush. Did he play there?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Reggie Bush to Detroit?
Maybe not.
He got drafted by the Saints, bro.
Maybe I'm tripping.
All right, go passing yards. Go Carson Palmer.
Did he go to USC?
Yeah, Carson Palmer. Yeah. Now, wait. Let me see Raiders, because Carson Palmer might work for the Raiders. Okay, maybe not. I just don't know any of the other SC quarterbacks. Like, I don't think Matt Leinart ever did it. You know. All right, just rip Carson Palmer.
Oh, good thing you saved my Barry Sanders.
I say Barry Sanders
mixed
didn't
him up
go
with
there.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. SC Lions.
So I'm just trying to think of draft picks.
Yeah, I know.
Man, that's gonna be tough.
I know it's gonna be hard.
I mean, let's just start naming every USC player we can think of.
Well, yeah. Again, I don't know if Matt Leinart ever went there. Like Reggie Bush.
I don't know many USC players, to be honest with you.
Well, no. Everybody I keep thinking of, they all went to other schools.
Michael Pittman.
Michael Crabtree didn't go there. He went to Texas Tech. Taylor Mays, remember him, the safety? He went to Cincinnati. I don't ever know if he ever
All right,
went
we'll
to
just
Detroit.
maybe have to go back to
All right, we'll have to go back to it. All right, 1,000 passing yard season. You can just go Derek Carr and Eli Manning. All right. Jets Giants. Leonard Williams. Giants Lions. Oh my God. I feel like there's an easy layup here that we're missing, because it's the blue and it's throwing me off because they got the same colors. There's a running back. I know there is, and I can't think of one.
Oh, no. I know exactly who it is. Ty something.
Not Ty Montgomery.
Yes.
Oh, is it Ty Montgomery? Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
All right, I know he played for the Packers. If you got it,
Packers.
Ty Montgomery started with the Packers.
But Packers isn't on here.
Yeah, but I don't. But I'm saying that's the only team that I know him from.
Oh, I thought you said. I'm almost positive he played for the Giants.
I know he played for the Giants.
And
I don't know if he,
I'm almost positive he played for the.
I mean, here's where I think we get fouled up doing this grid. If you feel good about it, let it rip.
No, Pissed. I'm pissed about that one.
Yeah, that's okay.
I swear.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying. I knew he played for the Giants, and I know he started with the Packers.
All right, man.
There's another running back. I know that it's like not Matt Breida, because I know he played for the Giants. I don't think he ever played for the Lions, though.
I know there was a guy on the damn Lions. His name was Ty.
Don't know.
All right, whatever. We can't waste time.
All right. Raiders, Jets. Should have been. It could have been Devontae Adams. Might still be. Yeah, man, of all those moves, all those guys leaving and jumping over, there wasn't anybody that jumped Raiders, Jets.
Yeah.
Don't have too many. I mean, we have the quarterbacks with the passing yards and stuff, but any backups going through? Did Mark Sanchez ever play for the Raiders?
Why do I feel like he did?
I feel like he did too.
I think he did.
Let it rip. Might as well let it rip. I think he did. No. Damn. All right, Raiders, Lions. Raiders, Lions.
Did Michael? No, I don't think Michael Crabtree ever played for the Lions.
No. I think he played for the Jets, though. I think he played for the Jets. I do. No. Man, we are off today. I kind of like letting it rip, though. You know what I mean? We're just kind of getting through it. We're not lollygagging around with it. All right. Well, any of the ones that we're feeling.
Did Mike Glennon play for the Jets?
Probably.
And the Raiders.
Probably. I know he played for the Raiders. Yeah, give Mike Glennon a rip there.
No, Mike Glennon played for the Giants.
Yeah, I know he played for the Giants. Maybe he played for the Jets, too.
I don't think so, but we already lost.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I want to know that SC player.
All right.
All right.
See, now it's just giving me every player that went to USC. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Reggie Bush.
Did he play?
I thought so.
That's my bad.
No, I got the other one. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Everson, Nicole Robbie Coleman, Matt Castle, Lawrence Jackson.
I forgot Matt Castle went to USC.
Yeah, it's Matt.
Cody Kessler. Did he ever go there? Former Browns draft pick out of USC.
I want to know the Giants.
Raiders. Oh, yeah. Giants, Raiders.
Lamas Brown, Herman Moore.
No.
I swear, Golden Tate, we could have got that one. I swear there was a running back. Oh, well, man. It is what it is.
No dice. All right, give me Raiders. Go back. I want to do Raiders, Giants, or Raiders, Giants, or Raiders, Jets, Raiders, Lions. Either one of those.
This is Raiders, Jets. Ronnie Lott.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not too many. All right, do the other one then.
Terrell Pryor. We could have got that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Raiders, Lions.
Raiders, Lions, yeah. Damn, I should have got
Dante Culpepper, Amir Abdullah, Theo Riddick.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, not too bad there on the grid. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's jump into time up. I want to wrap up with some Cavs discussion this morning to get ready for the game tonight. We'll remind you of our boost. We'll get to our bracket. We got it all right here on Big Play. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Let's get to it. A little bit of time up here on the 2nd of April. This is so weird how things work, man. Like, I'm going to wish a birthday to somebody, and literally, I just got a tweet with this person in it. I guess it's because it is their birthday. It looks like a birthday celebration. I don't know. It's so weird how the world works. And in fact, we're going to bring somebody up on a show that we mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Time is a flat circle, baby. Here we go. All right, go back in time, including 1 year ago today, there was a report that the Browns had to be putting... Actually, I'm sorry, this was, I think, 2 years ago today. Anyway, the Browns had to put $169 million in escrow for Deshaun Watson's deal. It had to have been 2 years ago. There's no way it would have been this last year. Because a lot of these big deals, they started talking about it with the Brown family down in Cincinnati. Yeah, you want to sign Joe Burrow to that deal, you have to have that money in escrow. You can't be like, oh, no, I'm good for it later. No. You got to put that money in now. It's in a third-party holding, at least for the guaranteed money, or a good chunk of it. Now, I also tweeted that at this time that the Haslams had to do this, they were getting their final payment of Warren Buffett because they sold their company to him. And I was like, I'm pretty sure the Haslams will be good for it. I think they're going to be able to have that to put it in escrow, but they had to do that a couple years ago. Also, 2 years ago today, the Guardians signed Emmanuel Clase to a 5-year extension. That 5-year extension worked. Miles Straw? Not so much. Emmanuel Clase is filthy. I think he's getting better, too, which is just insane. Well spent there 5 years ago. Or, I'm sorry, 2 years ago today on that 5-year extension. We go all the way back to this day, 2007. Florida beats Ohio State for the back-to-back NCAA men's championship. Would you like the box score from that game?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 84-75. SEC gets the win. Your starters for Ohio State: Jamar Butler, Mike Conley, Ron Lewis, Ivan Harris, and Greg Oden. Conley and Oden both selected in the first round. For Florida, Torian Green, Lee Humphrey, Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah, and Al Horford. 4 of those guys, draft picks, Brewer, Noah, and Horford, all in the first round. This was also the first time in NCAA Division I men's basketball history that exactly the same starting 5 won back-to-back titles. Wow. Noah, Brewer, Humphrey, Horford, and Torian Green.
That will never happen again.
Florida's Lee Humphrey also set the all-time NCAA tournament record for 47 three-point field goals made throughout the tournament. He surpassed Bobby Hurley with 42. That's a little stat for you here on a Tuesday. That Ohio State team, I mean, it was really Conley and Oden. You know, everybody thought Greg Oden was just going to be so good. Knee problems done. It sucks. But it's kind of weird because, like, then you had your Diebler, Aaron Kraft era at Ohio State when they were really good. And you've just been, I understand, crap under Chris Holtman. And I hope Jake Diebler can turn it around there. But, yeah, man, it does that not. And we're coming up on 20 years ago for that, which is absolutely crazy. But Ohio State basketball's not been the same. It's just not been the same since, but we'll see. This day, 2001, pretty important day. Ichiro makes his Major League debut, becoming the first ever Japanese position player to play in a Major League Baseball game. And, of course, just the fact that he amassed the hits that he did in the short amount of time that he did, one of the best. And also, you ever see that video of him throwing? He had a cannon.
Yeah, he did.
Like 95 off the mound if he really needed to. So, an all-around player. This day, 1995, the baseball strike came to an end after 232 days. At the time, it was the longest strike. Well, I guess strike counts because hockey was a lockout. This was a player strike that at the time was the longest lockout strike of the major sports, and it was the first one to lose a postseason. Now, of course, hockey was the whole year. They lost everything. We'll see how it goes. For all you basketball fans out there, Mark Price had a free throw streak of 77 straight makes, came to an end. This day, 1993, one free throw away from tying Calvin Murphy's NBA record of 78 straight.
Wow.
One short of tying the record, two short of owning it for Mark Price came to an end. This day, 1993. This day, 1985, the NCAA adopted the 45-second shot clock. They need it for high school. I know that video everybody saw that went viral from Northeast Ohio and all that kind of stuff. Put the shot clock in everywhere. It's not that. I understand that there's some gyms that can't afford it or can't put it in or that kind of stuff. They need to have the shot clock. I really think college basketball could knock it down a few seconds.
Oh, my God, yeah. Make
knock
it 24,
it down a few seconds. I don't know. Where'd they come up with 24? I think 24 works, actually.
Perfect.
I don't know why, but it works. This day, 1917, Woodrow Wilson asked Congress for a declaration of war against Germany. Not the last time. That of course, happened. Very happy birthday goes out to former Indians player and AL batting champion Bobby Avila. Larry Drew. What did Larry Drew say he was? Remember when he was the coach of the Cavs and they kept asking him, "Are you the head coach?" and he wouldn't say if he was the head coach. Did he call himself the voice?
Before my time.
Hey, no, it wasn't. It was like
Larry Drew?
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, I guess, wait. Oh, yeah. 2018. He took over after Ty Lue. On March 19, 2018, the Cavs named Larry Drew the interim head coach. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. That was when Ty Lue left for health issues. Then, in October of 2018, remember Ty Lue, basically stepped down, but they fired him, and Larry Drew took over for the rest of the 2018 season. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah.
And then went to JB?
He was named the permanent head coach on November 5th and then let go after the year. And then we brought No. Then we brought in John Beeline.
Yeah.
But it was Larry. What did he call himself? I think it was the voice. That's it. They kept asking him, "Are you the interim head coach?" And he just said he's the voice of the Cavs, not the interim coach. He just kept calling himself the voice. So, happy birthday to him. Bill Romanowski, Pascal Siakam, Alec Guinness. What famous cinematic character from one of the biggest franchises in history did Alec Guinness play?
No idea.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay.
He was the original Obi-Wan in the original Star Wars trilogy. Alec Guinness. Zach Bryan, who was the one that I just saw a video of him getting slammed with cakes, for his birthday. Happy birthday to him. Quavo, Pedro Pascal. Man, you got to finish Last of Us. You've got to do it. What's that movie that he's in with Nicolas Cage too, which is hilarious?
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know the name of it, but like that meme of him just gets me going. Pedro Pascal is awesome. He's so good. And then Marvin Gaye, the late great Mr. Marvin Gaye, celebrating birthdays today. All right, a movie and a television show for you today. These are gonna be a little hard, I think, for you. We start a television show that ironically we have just recently brought up in Time Hop before. It debuted this day, 1978. 1978. So it's an older television show. Any guesses to start? Nothing?
No.
Okay. It was brought up. Oh, okay. I'll do it this way. It's a series revolved an affluent and feuding Texas family.
Dynasty?
No.
Oh, Dallas?
Dallas is correct. Who shot JR? That's right. That's right. Dallas came out this day, 1978. All right, final one. A film that came out this day, 1968. Now, technically, well, all right. It had its premiere this day, and it gets released to the nation tomorrow in 1968. Do you want to do it today or you want to do it tomorrow?
Do it today.
Okay. This is an epic science fiction film inspired by the short film The Sentinel. It's a prehistoric tribe of people that are driven away by a rival tribe. Next day, they find an alien monolith. The tribe then learn to use the bone as a weapon after their first hunt. And then it talks about millions of years later, they go into space. Critics noted for its exploration of themes such as human evolution, technology, and artificial intelligence, and the possibility of extraterrestrial life.
This is a movie?
Yes.
What year again?
1968.
Space Odyssey?
That is correct.
Yeah, okay.
2001, A Space Odyssey. It was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, winning Stanley Kubrick for Best Director. The film is now widely regarded as one of the most influential films ever made.
Wow.
Here's the list on national and international survey of critics and the public. I don't think we have any time to run through all of this. There's an insane list here of what the films considered to be the greatest films ever made. For sight and sound, Citizen Kane, Vertigo, The Tokyo Story, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Audience polls of the greatest films ever made: Gone with the Wind, The Godfather, The Empire Strikes Back, Shawshank Redemption, Titanic, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Mad Max 2, which is a great flick, was voted as the greatest action film in a reader's poll by the Rolling Stone in 2015. Die Hard was voted the best action film of all time of directors, actors, and critics on one thing. The best Christmas movies of all time: It's a Wonderful Life and Die Hard.
Bruh, well, there you have it.
Empire readers voted it that way. It's an interesting list.
Settled.
It's an interesting list. Greatest 2 horror movies based on the Rolling Stone and a total film poll: The Exorcist and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'd go Halloween, but that's just me.
Yeah, I
don't know.
could have guessed that.
I don't know. Well, speaking of horror stories, that's kind of where the Cavs have been recently. They're back in action tonight against the Jazz. Ryan, am I wrong for really having the belief that this has got to be a get-right game for the Cavs? I mean, I'm putting, 'tis the season with Easter, all my eggs in this basket. That if the Cavs struggle tonight, and I don't think they'll lose this game, but really, if they do not just dominate the Cavs tonight, the Jazz tonight, I'm going to start having a real worry about where this team is going. I'm hearing what Donovan Mitchell is saying. He's saying the right things. We're not in a good place right now. No. You have time to fix it. But here's my thing. If we're on the path towards crap, We're not there yet, but we're on the path. I don't even like that of where we're at. You have a chance to get off of it. And it's all about this streak that this road trip that you're on. Number one, you had a bad game against the Nuggets. Okay, fine. It's the Nuggets. I get it. You have got to smoke the Jazz tonight. And then you got to play well against two LA teams and get, like, here's how you have 4 games left on this. I honestly think I need 3-1. So you get 1 tonight against the Jazz. I'm talking about 2-1 against the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Suns. That's a tall task, man.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me that the Clippers are not going to be pissed off after you beat them here the last time you faced them? They're not going to forget that. They were playing to win that game, and you beat them. So then LeBron, he doesn't like losing to this team. There's no way. Not at his house now.
A little bit.
A little bit. And the Suns are a team that I've notoriously kept saying over and over again, I think they should be really good, and they're really not. Dude.
Well, you just got proven. You got blown out by the Nuggets, and you can say all you want about the Nuggets. I understand they're one of the best teams in the NBA, but you just proved to the world that you're nowhere near close to being a championship contender like they are. Now you're going to face a lowly team in the Jazz. Let's just prove we're not that low. You got to get some, make up some ground here, man.
It is a little bit of a comparison to sit there and say we're not them. Okay, so we know that we're not them, talking about the Nuggets and all these other teams. I just need to prove that we're not the Jazz either. Yeah, I need to prove that you're not the Jazz. Exactly. That's why 12. It's a hefty spread there. Yeah. But I like it. I like the Cavs to be able to cover it tonight and get it done. Other things I'm watching for tonight, some of Evan Mobley's been saying, we put Darius Garland back on the boost. We put him back in. It's good karma for DG. I've made peace about where I'm at with Darius Garland. It just is what it is. Doesn't mean I don't want him to go off tonight because he's in our boost, but I'm just saying. Kind of made peace where it's at. I think Mobley looks good off this injury. I like a little more shooting here from Max Strus to get it figured out. Cavs have no reason to lose. They have no excuse to lose this game tonight. The only thing is, what has JB been harping on? Effort, right? Effort. Are they going to show up with this effort? Because when they play these lesser teams, they seem to come out with crap effort. It's going to be all about I should take them on the first quarter on Tipico. I wonder what that is.
I mean, you want to sit here and talk about effort, Matt. You're going against Donovan Mitchell's old team. This whole year we talked about it being. We're talking about it being. We talked about it being. We talked about this whole year being an audition for Donovan Mitchell. You go and be a shell of yourself and lose to his former team. What does that have to say to him?
All right, NBA, Cavs. Can I bet on the first quarter here? Player threes, player defense, combo, first points, triple doubles. I can do. Oh yeah. First quarter, right here. First quarter. Cavs 4.5. Do you think they're going to lead the first quarter by 5? Do you think they're going to get that? No, not feeling it.
Nah, I don't know, Matt.
All right. Well, you just want to get to our boost because it's the one that's going to win tonight.
I hope so.
Yeah, Cavs. Let's go. Come on now. We should go. We should have gone Donovan because it is the Jazz. I'm feeling a good one for Darius Garland. I love 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. DG's due for a 25-point game himself, let alone the assists and the rebounds. So we had to take that. It's a big spread, but we got to take the Cavs on that. And then, of course, we'll round it on out with a little bit of Max Strus. Ryan, what are we boosted on up to, please?
Boosted to a healthy plus 445.
There we are. Get it in. Cavs, boost, Tipico. We'll send that out. Bet placed. Boom. Right there. Get signed up today. Use that code Fontana100. For new customers with that code, bet and deposit $25 on. You bet on whatever you want. You get $100 in bonus bets. And you'll also, Ryan, $78 of my $100 cash back. When I hit that 100, 5% of your average bet back to you in a bonus credit there. You're off to the races and betting with Tipico. Get signed up today. The cashbacks are so easy. All you got to do is bet like you normally do. You don't have to get tokens and then cash them in for this, and then you get this over here, and then you get to decide. No, it's easy. It's right back into your account. In fact, you want to know what? I have a protected bet credit for baseball. You want to use that tomorrow?
Yeah, let's use it tomorrow.
Let's use it tomorrow. I've got that going on. What promos do I got going here? I got to this is just me. You might have some of these in your account, but I know I have them. $5 protected bet on soccer. A $10 protected bet on the leading point getter in the NBA. Ooh. Did you see this one? The Slugger Spectacular. You could earn a $25 bet credit if a grand slam is hit in a game that you bet on. Like, you just bet on the game.
Yeah.
And then you a grand slam, you get a $25 thing right there.
I think the Reds hit a grand slam yesterday. I believe.
Triple threat. Bet on any game with 33 plus 3-pointers and make an extra $10 same game parlay bet credit. Dude, I love this, man. I love Tipico. There's so many great stuff. I'm working on my rewards here. Got my bonus. Got my bet credit that I'm going to use. Forfeits on the 4th. Oh, yeah, so we'll use it tomorrow. Use it tomorrow. I got to use it by 6:25 p.m. on Thursday.
We'll get it rolling tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get it tomorrow. There you go, $10 bet credit. I love it. I love it. Tipico, get that code Fontana100. Final check this morning, Ryan, of our Twitter question up this morning. Would you be okay using tax dollars? Or do you have a problem using tax dollars for the Browns facility, wherever it may be? Our results this morning.
An even, well, not even, but perfectly round numbers. 70% no, 30% yes.
I mean, that's 70% of our poll says we can use tax dollars for this. I think that's something to be said to the Haslams. That's something to be said about the city of Cleveland. Because you got to remember, city of Cleveland, yes, they need to look out for us. We can't go bankrupt. They need to keep the bills and the lights on. I get it. But if just on this small poll, but I would imagine, Ryan, that a good chunk, I'm not talking about 52% of the population here in town. For the majority of people, I think they're okay with it. So with that in mind, what do we want? Get it done, city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm asking Mayor Bibb and his people. I'm not saying to bend over and just say, hey, whatever the Haslams want, sure, we're done here. You take all this money. No, you got to work on this. You got to make some offers. You got to make some you got to acquiesce to them a little bit, right? You got to make some concessions. Those are all negotiated. I'm asking the same thing for the Haslams. I'm asking the same thing for them. So I appreciate Brian Casey, city councilman, trying to come up with this Art Modell rule. That's not going to fly. That's not going to. Wait. Is that a current law?
I think it was a current law that he brought up. I don't think it was a proposal.
I guess you're right. Yeah, because they passed that in 1996. Oh, my God. I thought that was a fake. I thought that was like he was proposing this. You're right. Yeah. All right. They must have passed that, right? Wait.
I just don't think anybody knew about it.
No, probably not. When have you had to enact that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that's the thing, what else are you going to do?
I mean, but moving to Baltimore and then moving to Brook Park.
Well,
is a bit of a stretch.
That's different. Yeah, and they're staying in Northeast Ohio. I understand all of that. I'd like them to stay downtown. We'll figure it out. I think eventually things are going to start to loosen up. They're going to start having conversations. We'll get reports on that. I know the Northeast Raw Transportation blog will be all over it. We'll see how it goes. All right, Ryan, final thing, our bracket of the week. Best bar in Cleveland. The finals, I already voted Clevelander. It's up at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a follow there and vote on our bracket. I went Clevelander. Best bar in Cleveland.
I went Clevelander as well, just for you.
All right, there we go. Early results on that? Do you have it pinned? Oh, no, you got the show pinned. That's good. Good option there. It's close early.
Yeah, Fatheads with the lead.
Fatheads with a little bit of a lead here. Little bit of a lead, but Clevelanders in second. Scorchers going to have to make up some ground there as we go. All right, great stuff. Want to promote again for everybody. I'm shooting some stuff for Tipico today, so we've had some great NCAA basketball content. That'll be out, so follow Tipico, follow Big Play. Tuesday's big day. Josh Maria Cribbs tonight with the return, and we have Enter the Jungle, James Rapine and crew. A lot going on with the Bengals down there, so check it all out. Big Play. Check us out on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We're on Twitch at Matt Fontana Show. It is across everywhere that you need it. And bet with our friends at Tipico tonight. I'm pretty excited. What else we got tonight? No basketball? Oh, we got the NIT going on. Women are done until this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So we're done. Guardians tonight. I want to do a Guardians boost. I need to stay away. I'm a little cold on the Guards right now. Didn't cash last night. A little tough on that, but we'll see. We got to catch a little early today. I got dentist appointments for my kids and a lot of stuff, dude. I'm running around doing a million things. So we appreciate everybody joining us this morning. Get out a little early today. Back Wednesday, tomorrow, same time, same channel. We'll talk to you then. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.
Well, how do they know I'm